So, if you have been to my channel before, you may be thinking, where are we? Where are the prints? Where's the backdrop? If you have seen any of my community posts or if you follow me on Instagram, you will know that me and my partner Reese have recently moved flats and this is the new setup. Bear with me while I experiment with a few different backdrops. I can already tell I don't like this one. It is also my birthday. I am turning the good old ripe age of 25. So today, as a birthday special, we are going to be looking at a favorite game for every year that I have been alive. Let's see how many you guys know as you are watching and let me know down below. As you are commenting as well, don't forget to hit that like button on the way and consider subscribing if you want to see many more videos just like this one. But without further ado, let's jump straight on in and find a favorite game for every year of my life. 1999. Yes, I am technically a 90s baby. My favorite game for the year of 1999 without a doubt was Theme Park World by Bullfrog Productions, I think it is. This game, I am so surprised, like Theme Hospital, that it hasn't been like transferred over to be able to be played on Windows. This game was my absolute everything, and alongside this and the games that we will talk about coming up are what I would spend my weekends and after school doing. And I feel like Theme Park World as well is really not liked by the gaming community. A lot of video essays that I see on YouTube talk very negatively about it. Titles are obviously open to people's personal preference, so I completely understand why people wouldn't like it, but I thought it would be more like openly loved and accepted than it is. Next up is 2000, the year of the millennia. My favorite game for this year, I feel like it's going to be obvious, is The Sims. If you don't know me personally, you will not understand the amount of time and dedication I have put into the Sims franchise. The Sims 1, my sister actually bought the complete edition, so we had every single expansion pack for the original Sims. My sister would never tell me how to get up the cheat bar to be able to get more money until I figured out that I could Google it one day. Next up is the year of 2001. My favorite title from this year, I think, is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I think there was another one that was released this year that I was close to putting, but I can't remember what one it was. I have always loved Harry Potter and it has been a big part of my childhood and my life, and one of my favorite games as a kid was Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone for PC. I'm actually going to do 2002 in this one as well because my favorite game for 2002 was Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, my copy of which I actually still own. Obviously can no longer play it because Windows is too high tech for it, but I hope one day I am able to have a PC where I can relive my childhood and play all of these games that I'm talking about right now. 2003 is one of my favorite games of all time, and it is The Sims Busting Out. And I only feel like now that The Sims Busting Out is actually getting the representation and love that it deserves. I had no clue what was really going on in this game as a kid, but I still loved it, and I think that is something that The Sims needs to bring back, is that sort of adult mature edge that it has that kids don't quite understand, but they can still play and enjoy the game. I actually made a video about The Sims Busting Out along with a couple of other titles if you fancy watching it to know more about that game. 2004 is a bit of a random one, and I feel like given what has come before in this list, it's gonna feel like a bit of a wild card, but hear me out. My favorite game that was released in 2004 is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Now, okay, I have never actually completed a single Grand Theft Auto game all the way through. I feel like this is gonna make me lose aura points. I used to just play GTA games through my childhood. I wouldn't actually play the story mode. I would just drive around according to the traffic rules. Okay, that's enough about that. Moving on. 2005. I was stuck for 2005. There was a lot of incredible titles released in 2005. Whenever I've made videos, 2005 seems to pop up every single time in terms of things being released, especially for Nintendo. 2005's game is actually Nintendogs. There was Super Mario Bros, and whilst I did enjoy Super Mario Bros, I think Nintendogs just made more of an imprint on my heart especially given that I have made a whole video about Nintendogs. I think it just means a lot more to me as a more feminine game that did really, really well and literally won awards. 2006 is Animal Crossing Wild World. I actually played very little of this. I think my friend had it and she lent it to me for a little bit. Animal Crossing Wild World, I think I included this because I loved Animal Crossing New Leaf, which obviously is like way ahead in the years. We're like jumping ahead. I'm pretty sure I was contested with something else for that year. So I decided to include Animal Crossing Wild World as like a stand-in for my love to Animal Crossing. And I did really, really love it. I just never got fully invested in it. Because I couldn't keep the cartridge because it wasn't mine. 2007, another Rogue One, which I feel like will surprise people, but my favorite title that was released in 2007 is Professor Layton and the Curious Village. I've loved every single one, other than Catriel, that was released in the Professor Layton series. I'm really, really excited for the World of Steam game that is being released, I think next year. I hope next year. I think it was scheduled for 2024, but I think it got pushed back. Although I will say as well, as a kid, especially with the earlier titles, I really struggled with the puzzles and I did cheat sometimes. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. I cheated on Professor Layton. I YouTubed the puzzles. 2008, this was a no-brainer. I saw that this game was released this year and it just had to be done. Wii Sports is my favorite title that was released in 2008. My ringtone is literally the Wii theme. The dum 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 dum. And Wii Sports as a game is so simple and it wasn't meant to be the cult classic that it is, but somehow, some way, it became one of the most notorious Wii games ever. I still have my original family Wii that we have always had. I don't have the original copy, but we got Wii Sports free in the like little paper case with our Wii when we bought it, which is wild to me that they were just giving this out for free to people to play on their consoles. Like, you would not see this nowadays. 2009 is, I have two for 2009 because I just could not decide. I feel like maybe I should have gone for the first one because I've spoken about the second one before, but 2009's my favorite titles are Assassin's Creed 2 and The Sims 3. I played Assassin's Creed 2 in 2023, I think, and it has become one of my favorite games. My other game for this year was The Sims 3. The Sims 3 is the Sims game that I spent the most time playing as a kid. I have nothing else to say. I just love The Sims 3, and I know a lot of people will prefer The Sims 2, but I didn't spend a lot of time playing The Sims 2. I played a lot of console Sims 2, not PC, but The Sims 3, PS3 version and PC will always be my favorite. 2010, Lego Harry Potter Years 1 to 4. This game, again, not the greatest. It's because me and my sister would play this all the time. I would go around her house for sleepovers and we would play this game until we were like falling asleep on the sofa. 2011 is a Rogue One, Toy Story 3 for PS3. This game is an underrated gem and I've actually seen people talk about it online, so I'm glad it's getting like the press and the discussion that it deserves. But this game is actually really, really good. It's just great fun. It's a really fun game and it follows the story of Toy Story 3 really, really well throughout the whole game. 2012 is, hear me out, Style Boutique for 3DS. I can't remember when I bought this game. I think I bought it when I was like 15 or 16. I just came across it, I think it was on sale. I had never really enjoyed a lot of fashion games, but Style Boutique is hands down one of the best fashion designer game fashion boutique running games I have ever run. It's a really, really good game, and as a 25-year-old woman, I have no shame in sharing that I play a fashion game for 3DS, and I love it. 2013, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. I had never played, touched, heard of Luigi's Mansion. I think I'd heard of the original actually, but I'd never thought to play or watch any media on any of them. And boy, am I glad I did, because this game became a firm favorite. I've played the newer one for Switch. I really, really liked that one. It was actually really, really, really good. But I would love to be able to get my hands on a cartridge and be able to play the original. 2014, I'm sorry, it's another Sims game. It's a Sims 4. I don't know if there was another game released in 2014 that I liked, which I think is why I put The Sims 4. Hang on. Oh my god, Crossy Road was released in 2014. That's wild. I hate to be that person, but 2014 is going to be The Sims 4. As much as The Sims 4 is a cash grab and EA is rinsing it for all it's worth, still a favorite of mine. Spent many, many time and lots of money playing it. 2015 is Life is Strange, and it is strange, excuse the pun, that I have never actually played Life is Strange all the way through myself. I've actually played the sequel. I think it's called True Colors or something. Yeah, I really love Life is Strange. I am excited for the remaster that is coming up, and the remaster's already released. I don't mean the remaster, I mean the sequel, the next one. Life is Strange 2, which is Max in the future. She's now a, teaching person now, I think, at a university. A couple of you guys have actually suggested that I do a Let's Play of Life is Strange. I am getting around to that, I promise. I'm just waiting for it to be on sale. 2016, Stardew Valley. I got into Stardew Valley really, really late. I got COVID, and the day before we tested positive, we finished setting up my PC, and we spent the entire time gaming. Literally just gaming and playing Stardew Valley for the first time. I can't believe this was made by one guy, and he's making another one, and it's so exciting. 2017 is another classic. It is Mario Kart. I did want to include Mario Kart Wii. Obviously, that is the best Mario Kart title. You can't even fight me on that one because it's the truth. I can't remember what year that was released, but something else beat it. Always loved Mario Kart. It is just such a staple multiplayer game that you can play online and just by yourself. I especially love the Switch game just because of the graphics and the way that the maps look. I think they're very, very pretty and nice to drive through. 2018 is Raft, which is a game that you might not know. This is a game that me and Reese played together. I initially downloaded it by myself, just randomly, and was having a great time playing it. And then we realized that we could play co-op, and we started playing together, and we played through the entire game and built our little ship that we would sail around on and had a great time. It is a really good game. I don't know if the company that made it is indie, but the game is now finished. They released it in episodes. I would recommend it to anyone. It is a fun time, especially when you're playing with other people. Oh, it's a crafting survival game, by the way, with a storyline. I probably should have said that. 2019. Plague Tale Innocence. I don't know how I didn't get into Plague Tale sooner. I fell in love instantly, and much like Assassin's Creed 2, it is one of my favorite games, which I think surprised people. I am making my Amicia cosplay. She is coming along very well. I am very quickly running out of time though. We have October MCM in just over a month, which I'm actually attending as a creator. Let me know if you're going, and hopefully I will see you there. So we are now down to the last 5 years of my life. My favorite game for 2020 is Valorant. I have never been a real huge lover of FPS games. I played a bit of COD as a teenager. Oh, I played Rainbow Six Siege too, but Valorant just stole my heart. I love the lore, I love the characters. I also like watching the competitive side sometimes. I was actually on a training program for Valorant for a little bit with EE and Giant X, who are an esports company. Riot makes good games. You cannot fault them for that. 2021 is a really small game called Growing Up, which is a strategic life sim. You literally just cover their childhood, and you use a points-based system to choose what skills to develop. And I feel like a big part of the game for me was trying to accomplish all of the different careers that you can choose, which is really, really hard. The music in this game is also really, really nice, and I do like the character design. I wish that they released some more DLC. For some reason, I think I remember seeing that they were releasing a second one. That might be a lie that my brain is making up. I'll have to fact check. But if they are, I'm very, very excited for it, and I hope that they do, because I really loved this game. The year of 2022 is another simulation game, and it is 2 Point Campus. Obviously, we spoke about Theme Hospital and Theme Park World, which were favorites from my childhood. I am a big simulation girly, love a management sim. Yeah, 2 Point Campus was, I feel like, a first of its kind to be released by like a big development studio. They did a remake of Theme Hospital, essentially, and then they did 2 Point Campus, which I really, really loved. You essentially run universities, and then they are actually releasing a museum one, which I am very, very excited to play. Looking forward to when it is coming out. Last year's favorite game, I feel like, is gonna be obvious given some of the titles that we've already spoken about. My favorite game for 2023, without a doubt, was Hogwarts Legacy. I know it's not a perfect game, and it definitely has its flaws, but as someone who has been a Harry Potter fan for, evidently, given some of my other favorite games, a very long time, this was very exciting, and I loved just being able to explore the world of Harry Potter and Hogwarts. They're already working on the next one. And we've also got Harry Potter Quidditch Champions, which surprisingly looks really, really good, and I'm actually tempted to buy it after watching someone play it. Now, I don't actually have a favorite game that was released in 2024. I have favorite games that I've played this year, but I don't have a game that was like newly released that I have played that I have enjoyed. So when I filmed this video, I had no clue what planet I was on, what headspace I was in, but I completely forgot a banging game that I have played this year that also came out this year that is actually my favorite for 2024. It was initially going to be Palia, and that was a bit of a stretch because as much as it's a good game, and I did talk about it in my most recent video, if you fancy checking out that. Like, if someone asked me what my favorite games were, alongside Assassin's Creed 2, The Sims, Palia doesn't jump up as a contender. Again, I don't know why I didn't think of this when I first filmed the video, but my favorite game for 2024 is Lockdown Protocol. It's kind of like Among Us, but more high quality, and the tasks are really intense. One thing that I really do like about this is that you have to think quite cleverly about how you're going to trick the other players, especially if you're the dissident, which is the word for the imposter in this game. And the game doesn't end if all the dissidents die. So like in Among Us, where if all the imposters are caught, the game ends. But in this one, you don't actually know if you've caught the dissidents unless they like actively tell you that they are the dissident, because the game doesn't end. It's just a really, really fun game. It's a little bit silly. It is great fun to play with a big group of friends, and I would really, really recommend it to anyone. So that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching my birthday special. I really hope you enjoyed. Now that September is over and a lot of stressful things have been and gone, I am looking to get back onto my usual content. There are MMO video essays coming, there are some Imagine game Let's Plays coming. I am looking forward to making them and sharing them with you guys. If you don't want to miss out on them, make sure that you drop this video a like and subscribe so you see when I upload videos. I normally upload videos every Friday. I do upload them earlier for members. Hydrate to stay great, get your daily calorie intake, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.